Adventures, good morning. We departed the hotel and we've been on the road for about an hour or so, and we're in Scapula, Oklahoma, and we're going to check out the heart of Route 66 Auto Museum. And pulling up, it's got some pretty cool fronts of cars that are showing here. Let you get a quick skim of them. Some of them that would have been traveling down the old mother road back in the day. Got all American flags all over the place. I like it already. We're going to step in and see what we got going on in here. So hang with me and we'll be back with you shortly. Alright, adventurers, I've just had a nice conversation with the lady here at the heart of Route 66 Auto Museum. And she showed me a map that's behind me with all the pins in it from where everyone has visited the museum. And zooming in, all the way from Australia, India, China, a slew in Poland, Spain, France, that area, and then basically the United States is covered. The thing that I'm finding out on this Route 66 Journey Explorers is the fact that Route 66 is not only popular here in the U.S., but it's also popular in many other countries that people come over on tours and fly in and rent Harleys and drive them across old Route 66. And there's several auto museums on the Route 66, but this is by far the nicest one that I've been to so far. And the thing that I like about it, and you'll see it here shortly, is the fact that you can actually walk up to the vehicles and actually touch them if you wanted to. You're not roped off, with the exception of two Chip Foose vehicles here that we've got. We've got a Hemisphere, and then we've also got this old Chevy Impala. It's been converted, it's got a Corvette motor in it. We've got these old Cadillac here, 1905 Cadillac. Old clear top gas pump. 1939 Cadillac here. Let's look at this intricate restoration job that they've done on this vehicle. Absolutely beautiful. Can you imagine running the old Route 66 in a car like this? Another example. Let's look at the detail, even a cigarette lighter in the back seat. '46 Lincoln. A 1940 Packard. Look at that front end on that beast. A 1932 Cadillac V12. Never seen a V12 before. Let's step over and look at it. Look at the size of that motor. That thing is huge, Explorers. That would definitely motor you on down the old mother road. Big old headlights on the car. 19 and 22 Packard with what looks like a rumble seat. Fit 1955 Jag. Another Jag, 1967 and a half. This is a hot rod right here. 1955 Thunderbird Roadster. Let's look at that red pop right there. That's beautiful. The immaculate shape that engine compartment is in. This would be a fun car to take down Route 66. Very fun. Take the top off in the springtime or fall time and just motor on down the road. Super nice car here we're walking up on. Let's look at this. Very nice. Old Beautifully restored car here. 1967 Chevrolet Camaro RS SS convertible. Look at that beautiful color. Explorers. Another hot rod here done up with a Kicker sound system in it. Kicker was really kicking back in the day, and I actually sold it and loved it myself. Here we have a 1969 Ford Talladega. Another beautiful car here, Explorers. 1957 Ford retractable. It wasn't a convertible, it was a retractable. The actual roof of it was hard and solid. It folded up into the trunk to convert it into a convertible. And you still had a little luggage area right there in the middle to store whatever you're carrying on your trip. Amazing that they built cars like this back then. Called the Skyliner. And look at that dash on that old car. Can you imagine driving that down the old mother road with your family? Looking for a diner and a motor lodge to stay at for the night. Even with your fuzzy dice on that Explorer. So you even had fuzzy dice back in the Route 66 days, I guess. Here's a Bel Air convertible. 1957. Beautiful teal color. This one's pretty decked out. It had a nice radio. Looks like a record player in it, which some of the cars early in the day came with record players. And that way you could bring your own music with you if you didn't like listening to the AM stations, because this is back in the day when all you had in the cars were AM radios, because FM had not come out yet or was an option. And you had that big old dial speedometer. Hey, this one was decked out even with power windows. Simply can't beat old cars like this. These are classics. 1957 Chevy again. Then we have a 1947 MG. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful car. We're gonna walk down the yellow brick road highway right here, and we're gonna see what else we can find in the museum. And pardon my sniffles today, my allergies are kicking pretty good, Explorers. Been through a lot of temperature changes and environment changes in the last 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, now we're stepping into another section of the museum. Looks like we got some old auto emblems. Things like cigarette lighters and cross pins. Spark plug service machine that's actually cleaned your spark plugs and set the gaps on them to where your car would run good. Old cash register there. And it even had a way to select what you were buying so they could catalog it. These old models. Old Ford diagrams there for, I guess, the Ford emblems. Ford service training. There's an old record player. A little mini car here. This was a BMW Isetta. Little double-seater. There's a 1967 F a car. Beautiful little car. This is the steel safety shield for a smart car. See these little smart cars running down the road. This is what they look like on the inside, Explorers. We'll pan around and let you see that. Pretty well made if you think about it. Such a small car. Nice frame. Look, it's got a nice protection envelope around the driver and the passenger. Straight in shot of it here, the cutaway. And then panning back over to this car. Look at the fins that were so popular back in the days. Service manuals. New style Corvette pinball machine, Explorers. Everybody needs to play one of those. Those are fun. Some old automobile memorabilia here. Radiator sealer. Route 66 road core sample. Ashtrays. These are cool right here. These are some of the early Ford diagnostic test machines that were used to test your vehicle to find out what was wrong with it. And do resistance loads on your alternator or generator, ignition test, combustion test. Diagnose what the problem was with your engine, and that way the mechanic could actually fix it correctly. Got another section, looks like this is dedicated to the military. And we thank all the service members that may eventually watch this video for what they have done or are doing for the country. Pretty well decked out Jeep right here's got some pretty nice sized guns on it. Another Army Jeep. One thing to notice, this is exhaust coming off the motor right here. Well above the top of the cab of the Jeep. That way they can run through water and not snuff the motor out. If you didn't know that. There's a hard pipe to one there. Some motor scooters. Very, very nicely restored old motor scooters. And here we go with some engines of different styles. And a little roadster here of some kind. Explorers, real quickly, this is in the early days here that this was a generator. It's not an alternator, so it didn't put out as much current down at lower speeds. And that's why you see in the older cars, the headlights would sometimes dim whenever you let the gas off. So they weren't able to produce the current necessary, except at higher RPMs or higher speeds of the motor. The LT5 engine, Corvette motor. It was actually signed, sealed, and delivered by many people that probably involved in the manufacturing of it and design of it. This is pretty cool. Old-fashioned automatic drive up, drive in, cafe order system. That's definitely changed a lot in the new days when you go to Sonic and look at what you're using now than what it used to be. But here's a Ford 460, oftentimes used as a police interceptor motor. Well, it looks like Explorers, we pretty well looked the museum over, and I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. And I appreciate everybody's time and watching the video, and as always, thanks for your support, and let's motor on down the mother road to the next destination. Bye bye for now.